Finding love gets way easier when you actually know what you want. It gets easier than playing video games. Yeah, but video games are fun. So is love. You're just playing without choosing your character settings. What do you mean? You keep pressing start game without choosing what you actually want. That's why every match feels random. Okay, fair. Sit up. We're choosing your preferences before you hit play again. What do I mean by choosing your preferences? I want you to actually write a list of the things that you want before venturing out into the open world. Most people think that you stumble across the person you love and then willy-nilly, there you are. No, that's not how it works. The way to make it actually happen is physically write down at least 5 things that you want in someone. That being this piece of paper. Do it either on a piece of paper and write it with a pen or on your computer. I'd recommend though doing it on a piece of paper with a pen because it makes it more tangible. Then you have this graph. What does this represent? Red line represents you now. Green line represents you with this bit of paper. So, if you don't change anything, if you don't write anything down on a piece of paper, and then you finish watching this video and you think, now that I have his advice, I'll think for a little bit about what I want, and then I'll venture out into the open world. Please, do not do that. Physically write it down. There's a little fly. After you have a list of at least 5 things, which we're going to talk about what you should make them in a second, after you have it, this is what happens over time. You're the red line now. You're the green line after you have this piece of paper. Red line. The chance of you finding someone stays fairly low. It's possible. It's possible you find an incredible person. Very unlikely though. Green line. You have a set of requirements, standards, so to speak, so that anyone who falls a little bit below them, you just think, okay, that's fine. I'll just move on and I won't waste my time. And that means every person you come in contact with, you can then identify whether or not you should give them a chance. Some people think this is brutal. I think this is very necessary. Because a lot of the time, if you don't do this, you're going to get into a relationship. Maybe it's a good relationship and it lasts for 3 years, but the problem is one of these requirements is a little bit hard to meet, but it's very important to you. So instead of wasting 3 years and then realizing that you're not ready for each other or you're not good for each other, you don't waste any time at all because they don't hit the requirement and you think, that's okay, I'll just move on to the next person, which is completely fine. So this is you. Instead of wasting all that time, you just give yourself more opportunities with the right people. And then over time, it gets exponential. You see this graph goes all the way up here like this. This isn't fake. I'm being completely serious with this. If you have this list, this is what you will be like when it comes to finding love. If you don't have this list, I honestly should have put this red line far lower. But I just didn't want to make it look a little bit too extreme. But it is that extreme. So, now it's time to get onto the things that you should write on this list. Do I look different? Do I look less organized? Less ambitious? It's been a few days. I've let this grow out. I've let things go. Can you see how that changed your opinion of me? It's so simple, but it's so important. This is one of the things that I have in my list. But remember, you need to remember this. This is the things that I look for in someone. Yours can be completely different. Just recommendations. So keep that in mind for while we keep talking about these things. Now, where we left off. If you expect someone else to be these things, you have to be them yourself. So this is where this next stage comes in. If you want someone else to be punctual, you have to be punctual yourself. Rock up to things on time. You can test this in the first few dates. If you rock up to the first couple dates and you're 10 minutes early and they're 15 minutes late, that's one of your requirements. And you can think and you can add that up over time. And if it starts to become a little bit out of hand, then on to the next one. And it'll just mean that you find someone that is really what you want. So, punctuality. You be punctual, and then if they're not, on to the next one. So always practice what you preach for what you want. Routine. If you want them to have a routine, and you must have a routine too. Cleanliness, that's an obvious one. Clean your room. If they leave messes everywhere and it gets to you, so let's say you've been dating them for a month or two and you've gone over to their place, it's a mess and you really judge them for it. And you're like, why do they leave everything everywhere? But then you get to your own place and it's an absolute dumpster ground. How could you have that opinion of them? Because you should have that opinion of yourself. You should have cleaned that up before you expected them to do the same. So these requirements, this list that you're going to be writing is also a manual for the things that you need to be doing in your own life too. So not only will you be finding love, but you will also be finding your own meaning and value in your own life, because you'll realize that all these things that you want in other people, you also want in yourself. And this is going to push you to do it, because when you look for it in others, you will now look for it within. Another one, passions, goals, and drive. So these are just the ones with ambition. This is someone who's on a direction and they know exactly what they're doing. This is very hard to do in the first place. That's why I made a course about this. And I've made a community to help people find the things that they really want. It's hard. So again, if you expect someone else to have goals, ambitions, and drive, you cannot, and I mean you cannot, be someone who plays video games for 5 hours a night and then expects someone else to have a career. You've got to find your own thing first, maybe, and then expect someone else to do the same. So, organization and ambition. Maybe included in your list. Passion overlap. What does this mean? This means your interests and their interests, your dislikes and their dislikes. There's 3 different scenarios. Number 1, you don't like anything the same, and everything you like they dislike, and everything they like you dislike. That's a bit obvious. It's not fun. So let's get on to the second one. Not this one, this one. Similar, but completely the opposite. You like everything that they like, and you dislike everything that they dislike. I would argue this is just as bad, because you lose your independence. It's very, very, very important to keep your independence. I'm only going to say that once. If you want to listen to it again, rewind a few seconds. Very important. This one will mean that you share some likes and desires, and that you also don't share some likes and desires. This means that you have your own life, represented by this area. They have their own life, represented by that area. But then you also have shared interests. This means you have things that you do in your own life that you really like to do, and then you tell them about that later, and you tell them all these things. That means they can learn from things that they would have never done themselves, and then they do the same with you. And then also you have things that you like to do together, like tennis, for example. Let's say you both like to play tennis, and then you have your own lives separated from that. It's wonderful. It's a Goldilocks zone. Very good zone to be in. I want to reiterate though, this passion overlap thing is something that I look for. Doesn't have to be what you look for. This can be something that's not as important to you. So since it's not in your list, and when you find someone and let's say all your things overlap, but you have 5 other things that are much more important than this, then it doesn't really matter so much. But this is just something that I find really important because it helps me bond with someone a lot better. But yeah, it is ultimately your decision, of course. But I'm just going to give you recommendations. Character. Now, left it till last, but it's probably the most important one. You want someone, maybe, just a recommendation, who is honest. Someone who doesn't hide things from you. But you have to remember, if you want someone to be honest, when they are honest with you, don't judge them. When they tell you something that you might not like, let them tell you, understand it, and don't be reactive. Otherwise, they'll probably start being dishonest with you. So you have to make sure, control your reactions, and they'll be honest with you more often. Hopefully, all the time. This one, it's a nice looking arrow, is kindness. Are they kind? Do they say things that are nice? If they don't, that's not being very kind. These are simple things, but you just clump this into one big thing of character. Do you like the person that they are? This is probably a self-explanatory one where you don't really have to write it down too much, because if you dislike someone because of the way they treat you, you won't exactly want to be with them anyway. But some people, this sounds silly, but you probably know someone yourself who's with someone who is very unkind, who is very dishonest and unloyal. And last one, consistency. So you have people who are kind some of the time, or tell the truth some of the time, but then every now and then, oh, I need a red one for this, but every now and then they miss a day. And then every now and then they miss a couple days. And then every now and then they just change the person that they are. And they're no longer nice or kind or consistent at all. So be wary of this one. This is a very important one. But remember, you could just not include this in your list. You could include it with a whole bunch of different things. It's up to you. Just make sure you have a list. Otherwise, you're going to be with the wrong people for way too much time. And you could have been with the right person for way longer if you had a list. So that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. Till I see you again.